to advise them this thing is not working. You send 20 policemen to abduct a Kenyan mother against all known humanitarian and international statutes relating to the freedom of a person. In other words, this administration, Ruto, has overthrown the Constitution. So how can you live with a government, and unaamini 2027, which has already overthrown the Constitution? That is the problem I have, Tony. I have that problem. Let me now tell you this. Even as IEBC selection panel ameanza kazi yao, do you know that the secretariat of IEBC, led by somebody, Marjan, I don't know the name, Marjan or somebody, is getting instructions from the former Commissioner Molu, who is Ruto's advisor in State House. Now, let me get that document, ndugu yangu. They have already put a tender to procure for the next 3 years without an IEBC commission in place. It's already on their website. Yeah, some of it is closing time at 1 o'clock on the 29th January 2025. They're already in a hurry, and it's like this is a test case. If we don't stop them now, we are telling IBC Secretariat, you will not move one step. We'll come for you if you try to do this. You must wait for a properly constituted IEBC. That is where Azimio lost it, by the way. Remember, they procured a printing farm in Greece. By the time kina Uhuru na hao wengine walileta the extra 4, remember the Cherera 4, they were there, hawajui what is happening. Things had already happened. They had procured materials in advance of these people arriving. So this time, we cannot afford, in my view, to allow these people any space to manipulate, to steal, to mess up with 2027. That's why some of them are saying they know how to manufacture presidents in excess of 24 years. And they also know, they even say blindly, boldly, that they will make sure even if wameshindwa, wataibuka hawajashindwa. If we are in this country and we all belong in it, we must really stand very, very strong. Mwisho, you cannot isolate the mountain or any part of the country. It is not possible. We want to tell William Ruto, the mountain is not isolatable. It is not. I repeat, the country is united against one person called William Ruto. That's all. It's completely, and if you look at it, in fact, you know, have you asked yourself why you are not seeing opinion polls these days? Have you asked yourself? It is simple. This administration is enjoying the lowest opinion rating since independence. I think they are ranging between 16 and 18%. Hao ndio watashinda kweli? So we want to make it very clear. From now, let us actually have vigilantes. And our young people, I've myself announced June 25th should be marked the date of the new Kenya. When young Kenyans breached parliament, they did an incredible thing. They stood for their future. And it's not that they could not get rice where they are coming from. Waheshimiwa mulikimbia mkawachia bunge wakajienjoy kidogo. If it was not for the tunnel, they would have, and those young men are so decent, they would not have messed you up. But instead, we visited with Eugene and other colleagues. Tukaona vile wamepigwa risasi, sniper from on top of the bunge itself, opened the skull of young Kenyans, and you want us to forget, and you want us to tell you the bread-based government is not blood-based? You surely don't believe it is still blood-based? Therefore, the 25th of June will go down in the history of this country as a truly revolution day. And I think we have to accept it, give it to the young people, that they could not have died in vain. Unakumbuka 25th, the other day, they could not even be allowed to hold vigil. We stand with them, not because of anything, but because it is the right thing to do. I want to conclude so that I can welcome our brother, Rigiji, kwa kusema kwamba we must do these things now differently, and we must be very strategic, at the risk of repeating myself. And there's no two-way traffic about this matter. From today, the vigilante teams, any careless utterance by Kenya Kwanza administration, come here, governor of all the people, I could not believe Otuoma could say that. Let Otuoma know I'm coming to Busia. I'm coming to Busia. Oh yes, I will come to Busia. And nothing will happen to me, because he dare not cause violence. If he thinks he is helping William Ruto, that is the day the whole international community will close ranks. I will say, Kenya, you're on your own. Remember, we keep on saying we are against the Haiti mission. Kama kuna kitu moja inatatiza even election ya Raila for AU, it is this thing about Haiti. Anaulizwa na African heads, how can an African country go and kill blacks in a faraway country? Because you see, Tinga is a candidate of the Kenyan government. It's a Kenyan, and that's why we agree with Salasia. We will help him, we pray for him to get this thing. But so that I can quickly conclude, we document every careless statement. And Kenyans are wonderful. Forward every careless statement to the ICC. That is the only language William Ruto understands. So if you want to isolate the mountain will report you and all of us for crimes against humanity. We will cite you and we will follow these things to their logical conclusions.